Welcome to Split Ends and Friends podcast. This podcast isn't just about hair, makeup, fashion, and how to be successful in this industry. We will talk about all of that, but it's much more. It's about how hairstylists are changing the world. We're bringing communities together and making a difference. We're spreading kindness around like confetti. Hosted by Tricia Rivas, owner of Trixies Salon and founder of the nonprofit Dreamcatchers Foundation, Inc., and co-hosted by Hannah Arendt, social media guru, hairstylist at Trixies, and director of education.
Hey you guys, and welcome to our first episode of Split Ends and Friends. I'm Tricia Rivas.
And I'm Hannah Arendt.
And today we are going to talk about how the industry has changed. And oh my goodness, hasn't it, Hannah?
Oh, yes.
So Hannah, let's talk about, of course, what I really like to talk about is trends. And how those have changed. And let's talk about even how we build our books as stylists and how that has changed. When I started out, it was all by word of mouth. And we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagram at that time. Quite honestly, I think there were some salons when I started out doing hair that you could still smoke in.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine smoking and getting smoking and getting a perm?
That is so hard to imagine.
Oh my goodness. But it's true. I mean, it is. Again, yeah. I just always go back to Steel Magnolias and in that episode where they're just all sitting around and, drinking and talking, and which, of course, we do that.
Yeah.
But, they'd just be smoking away, getting their perms.
Wow.
They're bleaching tones. I mean, seriously, I can't ever believe, there had to have been one or two salons that blew up at one time or another. Oh my goodness. So I'm trying to think. So 9 years ago, because we'll be open up 9 years in June, what were the trends like then?
When? Mm-hmm. When I started?
Yeah, when you started.
Chunky highlights.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like the angled bob, like the stacked bob was becoming really popular then. What else? I think I just remember chunky highlights.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And it was the red. Oh, coloring underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coloring underneath.
Light on top and dark underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That definitely. Everything was straight. It was all done with a flat iron.
Yeah.
And the round brush.
Those bangs that were just like cheekbone length. Like all girls wanted them so straight. Just like stick straight. Yes. And they just never laid very well like that. So it was always like, I don't know about that.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And then when I started, it was a lot of the stacking. We were still doing perms. We did a lot of perms. Balayage and ombre was not around, so it was your very, like you said, chunky highlights, basic pattern for highlighting, and not many double processes was going on either. So there wasn't glosses and tones and there definitely wasn't these beautiful blondes that were always walking around.
Right.
There was a little bit of that underlining yellow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm having flashbacks to when I was in junior high and high school with Aquanet. Again, cannot believe that nothing blew up. We were spraying the Aquanet and the blow dryer on the sides of our hair to see how high we could get the bangs and who had the biggest wings. I mean, it's like, were we going to fly or...
Wings.
Oh my gosh. Even clothing. I mean, it's been fun to see us over the years and our pictures and what we've looked like. I'm trying to think when you started out, which we wear a lot of black in our industry, but what were some of the trends? What were some of the trends then?
Oh, gosh.
You've always been very high fashion, though, and on the cutting edge, even with your haircuts. I mean, like right now you're rocking a mullet. I mean, which you don't see a lot of that.
Right.
You're just seeing more of that in magazines and on the runway. But you've always had that sense of high fashion, which I love.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to remember. All I can remember is I had so many of those little mini sweaters.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And you'd wear, like, lots of layers of shirts. I don't know. That's what stands out to me. I just remember. And you always had to have, like, a tank top underneath, like, whatever you're wearing. And, like...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And you wore a lot of boots. Combat boots, the military boots.
Yeah. Then I started realizing I can't wear those all the time. They hurt my feet. But.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
I still don't wear very good footwear, but...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's one of the trends that you're excited about for 2019?
I'm just liking all these haircuts that are edgier.
Oh,
the mullety,
yes.
Really short bangs,
yes.
Shags. I mean, just all of that. I love that. Layers.
Oh, yeah.
So glad to see, like, lots of layers and shape. And...
Me, too. I know that you'll want to kill me, but literally this morning I trimmed my hair, my bangs, with some kitchen shears.
Oh, my God. At least keep a razor at home.
I know, something. I need to. You know how I love to cut everything with a razor,
yeah.
Especially my own hair. That's a good idea, though. I might have to pick up a new razor today. But I was like, oh, goodness, let me just trim those up real quick. I'm loving the headbands are back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love the accessories.
Yeah, me too.
And the funky haircuts. I'm digging the short haircuts right now, the twiggy type of haircuts.
Yeah.
The modern day mullet and the shag. Movement.
Yeah.
I want to see a lot of movement and a lot of texture.
Yeah.
Which we're doing so many American waves
yeah.
at the salon. Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
Yeah. So the American wave is a service that it's not a perm. It is a similar process to a perm, but it has no ammonia and no thio, which are two chemicals that you can normally find in a perm, which in turn is less damaging. It creates a slightly different curl pattern than a normal perm as well. It's like a nice wave. It's like an S wave. So it gives that nice beachy look. And it's so popular right now. I can't even tell you how many like high school age girls I've had. And their moms are like, why do you want a perm? Yeah. It's so funny. And they're like, no, I want wavy hair. Mm-hmm. And then they see it and they're like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Like, it really is different. And the smell isn't as bad. And it's one of those things you can get away with getting it done once or twice a year if you have, especially longer hair, if you're just wanting that looser wave, because it just grows out so well. And yeah, so there's a few of us that do it. And then hopefully we'll have more of us certified because it's really is so popular.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it's not uncommon for you guys to do 1 or 2 a week anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, do you feel that they're wearing it in that curly form, or they're doing it more for body, or
they're just air drying it?
I love it.
Truly, like air drying it and keeping it very low maintenance. I do have a couple guests that do for body. Yeah. As well with the wave, and we've kind of converted, like they came in wanting a perm, and then I talked them into getting the wave because it just, it is easier on your hair, and the process is kind of fun. It uses the big squishy rods, and wrapping it goes really quickly, so it's, you know, you're in and out in a couple hours, and it's just great. I love it. Yeah,
it's fun to see how trends are recycled. I'm seeing also in the fashion aspect, the high-waisted jeans. Yeah. And the bell bottoms. Oh, which I absolutely love. Yeah. Love, love, love. And I'm like, ooh, a curvy girls. I wonder how we can find those for ourselves.
Well, I'm always a fan of high-waisted anything.
Oh my gosh, I know. Seriously, me too. Well, and I mean, it gives you that hourglass look, which I absolutely love. So, but let's talk a little bit about how trends have changed on how we market ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we laugh about when we opened up 9 years ago and how we called it, pimping ourselves and hitting the streets. But we did.
Yeah.
And, we had the little door knockers and we had a bounce back on it. But, it was summertime. It was hot. Mm-hmm. And my goodness, we handed out thousands of those.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how that process was?
Well, we got in trouble from the mailman because we weren't supposed to put them in people's mailboxes, which we did not know.
Yes.
But it was so much easier because we'd drive out to like a housing development and just take them to everyone because it was a free manicure. So we knew everyone would love that. And so, and we had the time in our day with being new, so we would go out and then we'd come back and put our clothes in the dryer because
we were so hot.
So, and as far as social media goes, I mean, there was no Instagram yet. It was just Facebook, and you didn't post nearly as much or like you do now. I remember you got a Facebook account in order to start branding Trixies and stuff. Like you started learning it just for that reason. But it wasn't anything. I mean, I don't even know that there was business pages then. I don't think so. I think you could, so, I mean, it's changed so much just in that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh, I remember going to my first Facebook class that the chamber had put on, and I remember thinking to myself, what the hell is this? What? I don't want to be on here. I don't want people to know my business. Yeah. And then it becomes addicting. Yeah. It has been awesome, though, to see how it's evolved from personal to promoting our business. Yeah. What do you think are the big difference between Facebook and Instagram?
Well, of course, Instagram's all photos and more of a, I don't know, I think a huge difference is just ages. Which is changing for sure, but I think it's a slightly younger audience on Instagram. But more people are getting it now, so it's becoming a little bit more common for people to have both. But and just the fact that you can post stories and you can link things and you can do all of that is the biggest difference. Can't post reviews. Facebook has the reviews.
And I love now too how you can see all the analytics. Yeah. One thing that's helped us too is boosting our work on Facebook. We don't do it on Instagram because we want to, spend all that marketing dollar on Facebook. But how that has really helped our business also, right down to, the age demographic, the area that we're marketing in. Was it male, female, age, all that good stuff. I absolutely love that. Yeah. They talk about, one thing that we do in some of the marketing classes that we've taken and listened to, $25 is the sweet spot for doing that boosting on Facebook. And that has been a huge booster for us and for our business in doing both of those. I mean, it's changed even from a lot since you started out as a stylist. Oh, yeah. I mean, our before and after pictures, we would have these little collages for all these things, and it didn't matter where you took the picture, they had the cape on, they were in the chair or whatever, and now it's like completely different, even that just within the last few years. Oh my gosh, it's like a mini photo shoot.
Yeah. I mean, you have lighting, and you don't post as many before, you still do, but a lot more just afters that are really beautiful with beautiful lighting, and all of that is completely different. It is. I mean, we didn't even have any of that. I mean,
no. And the stories, and how you can do Facebook Live. I love how you can have that instant gratification and intimacy with your guests. especially when you're doing a transformation. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, my goodness, when I started in 1997, we had none of that.
Yeah.
None of that. I'm trying to, oh my goodness, Hannah. I didn't even have a cell phone for the longest time.
Yeah, you wouldn't even.
I had a pager. And we had payphones.
Yeah.
Still, at that time.
You weren't. Yeah, you wouldn't even have. Who would take a picture with a normal camera of your hair?
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So it was all word of mouth.
Yeah.
Is how we marketed ourselves and built our books. So, which it's definitely still all of that, but what a gift it is that we have all these different areas to brand ourselves and market ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see over the next 3 to 5 years what the trends are. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. What do you think is going to be one big trend for 2019 as far as with fashion and hair and marketing?
Oh gosh, that's a big question. Marketing, I think, just still with video, everything. Mm-hmm. Everything with video, and podcasts are really big too. So I mean, have to toot our own horn.
No,
that's why we're getting into it, is because it's here. It's not going anywhere, and it's, everyone's starting a podcast, and that's what you listen to, and plus it's free. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, and people are so much on the road anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? From going from this place to that place, and parents really love them because, again, running their kids around, or sitting at a practice for, football or baseball, they can, listen to a quick podcast for 20 minutes. So I absolutely love that. What about for fashion?
I don't know. You'd probably be the one to ask about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of am wondering if things will continue to be kind of 80s.
Mm-hmm. Which I love.
Which I know it has been kind of, we've had some of that, but
yeah,
I think it's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Makes everything more colorful. And
yeah, I agree. Scarves and headbands. I love that. Absolutely love that. For Trixies, of course, we're getting our podcast up and going. And we've been doing live videos, but I'm very intrigued with the vlogging.
Oh, sure.
I am. Which we, have our blog, and we love to blog, but I'm definitely going to do a little bit more research about with the vlogging. So, definitely the mullets and the baby bangs. I'm very, very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. And as far as with clothing, I'm loving kind of that Stevie Nicks high-waisted, throw on a t-shirt, suede jacket kind of feel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, very, very excited to see what 2019 holds for us. So any words of wisdom for our new stylists that are coming out into the world?
I think just to work as hard as you can. Take every opportunity that you can. You're not going to always get paid for it. You're not going to always get a lot of recognition for it. But the first couple of years are so crucial. You can just build your books and be set. I mean, you really can. And we've seen it happen in less than that even.
Oh my gosh,
just building your books up if you really. Yeah. And it's just all about working hard and
not saying no.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where, like you said, the first 1 to 3 years, which we've had stylists that have definitely blown that out of the park, before then. But again, there's a lot more social media.
Yeah.
From when you started, from when I started, that helps with that. Mm-hmm. And us educating ourselves too on the different aspects of marketing ourselves and marketing Trixies. But, not saying yes to every opportunity that comes your way. And like you said, you might not get paid for it. More likely you won't. But it's having that in your tool belt and having that in your portfolio to be able to have people recognize your work. Mm-hmm. So, and I think too, finding your niche, I love when people call the salon and they're like, oh, I want to see Hannah. Hannah's great with short hair. She's great with short, funky hair. And that's what people recognize you for. That is your niche. And I think that also helps with marketing yourself, finding that one thing that you love in this industry and becoming phenomenal at it and constantly learning about it.
Yeah. I think one thing that's made us successful is always learning about whatever's new.
Yes.
Giving it a chance, trying it at least within reason, trying it out, whether it be like a new way of doing our education or a new way of, trying a vlog or whatever it is. And most of that stuff, it just requires a lot of mostly effort and trying it out and seeing what's successful. And with social media, I mean, there's so many ways to do that. Even just without even getting off the couch.
Yeah, no, seriously, and I agree with you, honey. We are always so eager to learn.
Yeah.
Whether it be, technical or marketing or social media.
Yeah, I mean,
we're always thinking outside of the box.
Yeah, we always try. I mean, we had an app, and we had, which some things we end up, I think that's a big part of it, too, is then revisiting it and being like, does this work or doesn't this work? Because you can't do everything all the time either.
No, you can't.
Which we realized that too.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Which that could be a whole nother. Yeah. I mean, just all the things that we've tried over the years. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of all the different trends that we've done, and like the feather extensions, and we're like, we'll try it. We'll try whatever.
Yes, and and that's the thing. It was the trend at the time, and it was great for us. Guests loved it, but we're always trying to stay atop or ahead of the trends. So, and I absolutely love that too. So, perfect. Well, what'd you think about our first episode?
That's fun. Yeah.
After we got all of our technical stuff figured out.
So I have to admit, I'll admit to everyone that we recorded our intro a couple weeks ago, and of course it was the first time recording, and then I didn't save it right away, and I closed my laptop, and then next time I opened it, it was like, of course it popped up, do you want to save this? And I accidentally hit don't save like too quickly, and I was like, oh my god, that was it. I just deleted it. So that was dumb. So we'll try not to do that again with an episode, because that would just be heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're learning. We're learning. So, oh my goodness. Well, we hope that you all have a phenomenal day. Hannah and I are going to try to get on the schedule of recording weekly and recording on Wednesdays and having it up and for listeners on Thursdays. Yes. Correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. So if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about in the industry, in the communities, we have some fun things that we're going to be going out and about and doing in the community. Hannah and I love to find different places to eat at. We love to talk about different nonprofits. So we have some awesome ideas that we're going to be talking about in the podcast. And we're actually going to be meeting on Sunday to finish our marketing calendar for the year. Again, we're constantly changing that, but we would just want to make sure that we're doing what's best for our guests and our staff and all of us at Trixies. So again, thank you for listening to the first episode of Split Ends and Friends with Hannah and myself. And we look forward to hearing your guys' feedback and any ideas that you have for us. And we hope that you have a phenomenal Wednesday.
Bye.